So, I'm Barb Baldwin with the NOLA Stamping, and today we're going to be making a fun card using the Stamp of the Month for November 2023. So, just as a reminder, the Stamp of the Month is usually only available in that exact same month, so you'll have to get it before the end of the month. So today we're going to be using the Silver Bells paper, and I just love how elegant the paper looks. And I figured pairing that with the gratitude sentiment from the Stamp of the Month will just make everything look fantastic. So here's some of the paper that we're going to be using. Now, I made 2 copies of the card so that you could see one that's a little more playful and one that's a little more serious. I'm using the exact same paper and the same look. It's just that I'm doing something just a little bit different. So with the exact same card design and sketch. So I thought that that would be a fun way because, when you're putting a card together, just a couple little different tweaks makes the card look so much different. Well, so the first thing I do is I'm going to grab the catalog real quick. So this is the paper pack we're working with. And I just am double checking the different colors. The magazine always has the specific colors used with each paper pack. And I wasn't sure on the tan color, if it was toffee or if it was acorn. So I'm going to use the toffee ink to stamp my sentiment. So if you're just doing the one card along with me, you just need a piece of white daisy. I'm just using a little bit of scrap paper that is 1 inch tall by about 3 inches long, or 2.5 to 3 inches long. That one didn't quite fit for my scrap piece, and this one's just a little bit longer, so this will be perfect. So I'm going to open up that toffee ink, and you'll notice I slide the stamp across it and then tap it 3 times and then stamp it. And so then I want to use the smaller, little sentiment. And I wanted to use the other color that goes along with the Silver Bells paper pack. So I make sure that I have enough room, and then I double check because I already forgot what the color was, and it was charcoal. So I'm using toffee and charcoal to stamp, and then I'm inking up the tiny little part of the sentiment, and I'm just popping that on there. So for the lighthearted part, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. I use the exact same colors, but I'm going to reverse them. So I have the thanks and then a bunch from the stamp set. And I wasn't sure what color I wanted the bunches to be. So I stamped it in both since I had a scrap piece of paper. And then I'm just going to fussy cut them out really quick. And that's super easy. I just leave a little bit of a border around it, around each one, and then I just cut them all out since I had them already done. So I grabbed my tape runner, and we're just going to put everything together really quickly. So we just need the card base, so that's an A2 card base, and then the 3 pieces of Silver Bells, the toffee, and then the 2 pieces of tan that are the background. So I'm putting the first piece of tan, I'm lining it up on the edge of the card so that it lines up perfectly. And then I'm going to put the other piece, flip it over, and put the adhesive on the back, and then just butt it straight up against the card. And so then now we're going to take the 3 pieces of different Silver Bells paper, that's 1 1/4 by 4 3/4, and we're just going to attach them to the same toffee frame. And so those toffee frames are 1 1/2 by 5 inches, so it's just a 1/4 inch bigger so that it has a little frame all the way around it. And then so I did the 2 gray kind of charcoal and mist color or mink color pieces on the light side of the toffee, and then the one that has like a bunch of like doodled, drawn sort of things. I put that on the dark side of the toffee just to give it a little bit of a subtle difference from the other two so that the frames won't run together. So we just want to sort of tilt the frames for either side out, just like a dad, and make sure that it goes to the top as much as possible. And then when we put the third one on, have that go straight up and down, and then have that like a 1/4 inch or less from the bottom. So because they're 5 inches, so they're very close to the size of the front of the card. So now I'm going to take out the shimmer trim. I'm using the silver shimmer trim, and I'm just cutting an angle off the edge of the silver shimmer trim. And then I'm going to just sort of eyeball and match that same on the other side. And I'm just going over the text that would have said, like, deck the halls, because that's the only Christmassy sort of thing that's on the silver bells. So, like, it doesn't exactly look that Christmassy, once you cover that up. I mean, there is holly, but they're not really traditional Christmas colors. So, anyways, I have a little piece that's a 1/4 of an inch that's left over from the tan stuff that we did. So I thought that looked really cool, like going along the white daisy. And then we're going to use some 3D foam dots to just sort of pop that up and over so that it stands out a little bit. And then we're going to take the bunch and just use a liquid adhesive to attach it to the top of the white daisy. And that's kind of why the thanks is stamped off center a little bit, like if you noticed when I did the stamping. And so then I'm just going to prop up that little bunch with some 3D foam tape, and I'm going to make sure that that looks right, and then peel off the backs, and then attach that to the bottom of the card on top of that silver shimmer trim. And then we're going to do some embellishments, which I really enjoy doing. I love these dots from Close to My Heart. They go with the silver bells, and they're like 3 different colors. They're like a tan, a silver, and an opal. And I thought I would use the silver ones on the card. And I first put those like on the card, and then I take a look at it, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna move it up just a little bit, just so that it pulls in like your eye. So, and when I'm putting the dots on, I always like to put 3 on, because it looks more like a triangle and it really pulls your eye together. So when I'm cleaning up, I have those extra bunches that I did, and I'm just gonna keep those inside the sleeve that my stamps are on, so then next time I need something, I don't have to recreate it. Like, I'll have those ready to go, and I'll know that I had them in toffee and charcoal. And it's a quick and easy way to speed up your card making. Okay, so let's make the other card. I'm gonna go faster because the assembling is almost exactly like the first one. It's just, I tried to reverse as much as possible. So instead of putting the stripes on the outside, I put the stripes on the small square, or the rectangle that goes along the front. And then I'm going to do I'm not sure what that pattern is called, but the tan pattern on the back. And then we're going to go ahead and attach the 3 silver bells again, and I did the exact same thing with the 2 lighter and then 1 darker. And so this time, instead of putting the frames at an angle, I'm going straight up and down with them. And then I'm going to use a slightly different sentiment, so I'm only using a little bit of the leftover stripey on the sentiment. And I love having the silver embellishing thread as part of the card sentiment with the silver bells. I think it goes together so nicely. And I did that in the last video, so I'm kind of speeding it up so I'm not going over the same, things. But I'm going to attach the circle thread to the back of the sentiment, and then I'm just going to pop it up using some 3D foam tape. So first I sort of put the thread down and use like a piece of washi tape to have it stay down on the back of the sentiment, and that's like a quick and easy little hack to keep it in place. And then I'm going to add that silver shimmer trim again, and then trim off the edges. That's exactly like the other card. And then I'm going to use the 3D foam dots to pop up that sentiment, and I'm making sure to go on top of the thread in order to have it pop just exactly like the other one did. And I'm putting it over that silver embellishing thread, or silver shimmer trim. And that is it. It goes together so quickly and exactly like the other ones. So just to be a little different, I'm going to use the tan dots from the silver bells. And I start out with 3, and then it turns out I love them. And so I use a lot on this card. I thought that it would really, because the silver with the embellishing thread sort of gets lost a little bit. So I thought that that's one way to really emphasize the different thread circles. So it really makes them pop up when you notice the different dots with it. And so then I'm just going to show you one quick thing that I did. I thought that the fun tilted version was a little blank. So I really like how much space the circle thread uses on the second card. So I went back to the first card, and then I have the sticker sheet from the silver bells. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my embossing buddy, and I'm just putting a little powder on the back of the sticker, and then using 3D foam dots, and I'm just going to have that pop up in the middle of the top of that thanks a bunch card. And then that does, using that sticker does make it a little more Christmassy, but I really like how it came out, so I'll be able to use it for something this season. Well, I hope you were inspired to make a card with the stamp of the month, and don't forget to stay crafty.